Okay. So the revision of class 6. We start today with sources of history. The sources of history are divided into two parts. The two parts are literary source and second is archaeological sources. Okay, how many sources? Two sources, literary source and archaeological source. Okay, now the word literary means to write down. What does the word literary means? Literary means to write down. Say yes by showing thumbs up. What is literary? Literary means to write it down. Very good. Now, literary sources are those sources which we find it in written form. Okay, we have got it in written form. How? Which form? In written form. Understood? What are literary sources? Those sources which we get in written form. Okay. Now, literary sources can be religious and secular. Literary sources can be religious and secular. Religious means related to religion. Religious means related to religion. Understood? What is literary source related to religion? Okay, like the literary sources are those holy books like Ramayana, Mahabharata. So these sources are writing form. Mahabharata and Ramayana, we can read it. Say yes. We can read Ramayana and Mahabharata. Yes. This Ramayana story or the source which we can read it, but it is related to religion. Say yes. It is related to religion. Understood? So, literary sources can be divided into two parts, religious and secular. Now, what is religious? Religious means related to religion. What is religious? Related to religion. Like the story of Ramayana and the story of Mahabharata. So, these two stories, these two books are related to Hindu mythology or related to our Hindu religion. Say yes. Got it, everybody? Very good. Class 7th and A and B. Show me thumbs up. Very nice. Everybody is very active. Very good. Okay. These 4 Vedas. How many Vedas we have? We have 4 Vedas. A and B. Show me how many Vedas we have? We have 4 Vedas. First is Rig Veda. First is Rig Veda. Second is Sam Veda. Third is Yajur Veda. And fourth is Atharva Veda. So these 4 Vedas are related to religious. Are related to religious, or these are called as religious literature. Related to religion. Understood? Related to religion. Now, the second part is secular. The second part is secular. Secular means that it includes biography, drama, historical works, accounts of foreign traveler. It is not related to religion. Understood? Secular is not related to religion. Show me thumbs up if this clear. Show me thumbs up. 7th A and 7th B. Very good. Very nice. Yes. Shivansh, concentrate. Where is your school uniform? Why you're not wearing school uniform? Please be in proper school uniform. Okay? Okay. Now, literary sources can be divided into two parts, religious and secular. Religious means related to religion and secular is not related to religion. Clear, children? Now, next is we come to archaeological sources. Now, second is archaeological sources. Now, archaeological sources are, wait a minute. Okay, archaeological sources. Archaeological sources can be, first is monuments. Can you see Taj Mahal? Those who have seen Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar and all these? Say yes or no. Have you seen in the photograph or in any of the places you have visited? Okay, so archaeological sources are those sources which are the remains of buildings or their tools or any other objects. Archaeological sources can contain monuments, can contain inscription. Inscription means anywhere it is written down. It can be written down on a rock. It can be written down on copper plate. It can be written down on caves. So anywhere where they have written it down comes under the heading of archaeological sources. Understood, children? So it can be divided into four parts. Archaeological sources can be divided into four parts. Okay. First is monuments. Monuments which contains the buildings, the stupas, the temples, which are of great importance. These are of great importance. Why they are important? Because they gives us information about our past. They gives us information about our past. Okay. So these monuments can be like the Ellora and Ajanta caves. Ajanta and Ellora caves are also there. Please concentrate rather than chatting. Who is doing that? Sagar. If I find all these rubbish things, then you wait and see. I'll remove it. Okay. So these archaeological sources can be of monuments. The monuments can be like the various Taj Mahal. There are various temples of Mahabalipuram. There are various excavations of Mohenjo-daro and Harappa culture. Have you read about Mohenjo-daro and Harappa culture in class 6? Say yes. Yes. Have you seen the movie also, Mohenjo-daro? Have you seen that? Okay. So these all are the cities. Very good. Yes, ma'am. Akshat Bhandari. Very nice. So these are the things which we get and they tell us about history, about our past. Understood? So these are an Indus Valley civilization. So this Indus Valley civilization are also a great source of history. Understood? These are a great source of history. The second is inscriptions. Second is inscriptions. Inscriptions means which is being written down. The words which are written down on rocks, on copper plates, on metals. So anywhere they have written it down, these are also a various great source of history. These are also Cave wall. Very good. This is Ronesh Sharma. Very nice. So these are also written down and they are also a great source of history. Understood, children? Understood the second point? Okay, very nice. Very good. Very active children. Very nice. Okay. The next is inscriptions. The inscriptions are the words which are written down on rocks, pillars, metal plates, which have been discovered in India. Okay, so these are also found in India. So Ashoka have also made some inscriptions and they are also a great source of history. Okay, so the next point we come, yes, no animal skin. No, animal skin is not inscription. Inscription means which is written down and which is everlasting. Animal skin, okay? Okay, Nandini Singh, can you hear me now? Cave painting is the right answer. Yes, cave paintings is the right answer. Okay, so the inscriptions which are written down and which is being safely preserved. Okay, the third point is coins. The third point is coins. Have you seen old coins? Those, yes, cave painting. Very good, Sagar. Okay, now these are the coins which we have found out. Have you seen gold coins and silver coins in various movies and all? Okay, so these gold and silver coins or copper coins, they are also a great source of history. Okay, these are coins have many figures and marks. They have punch marks. Very good. Gold and silver coins. Yes. So they have punch mark. These punch marks show us what is all being there at that time. Some of the punch mark of Samudragupta, the emperor is playing a veena. Okay, the emperor is playing a veena that shows that there is the great love for music at that time. Okay, so all these things are also a great source of history. Understood, children? Show me thumbs up. Okay. Okay. Very good. So this is the third point. The third point is points. I come the last point, artifact. Now please understand what is artifact. Artifacts are those archaeological sources which include cave paintings. Okay, cave paintings. Cave paintings means those people who used to live in caves. They don't have homes. They used to live in caves. So they are living in the caves and they are painting it down and they are writing it down in their own languages. They are the cave paintings, the bones of the people, the animals, the stone, and the metal tools they are using. So they are all under the category of archaeological sources. Okay, so these are all archaeological sources. So I repeat, the sources of history can be divided into two parts. Sources of history can be divided into two parts. The first is literary source. Literary source are those sources we can divide it into religious and secular. We can divide it into religious and secular. Religious means Religious means which are related to religion, like the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, and other books, but it is all related to religion. The second is secular. The secular source is not related to religion. It is not related to religion. These are autobiographies. These are the writings of various foreign travelers who have came to India. These are the things which is not related to religion, but they are also the great source of history. But all things are written down. All things are written down in literary sources. So thumbs up if this is clear. Very nice. Very good, children. Very nice. Very good. Mahabharata and Ramayana are also written religious source of history. The second is archaeological source. Archaeological source can be divided into 4 parts. First, monuments. Second, inscriptions. Third, coins. Fourth, artifacts. I repeat, monuments. Monuments include Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, various temples, various stupas, which are still standing. So they tells us about the great source of history. What do the people of those times do, whom they worship, and what are other activities which they are doing in those monuments. The second is inscriptions. Inscriptions are written down on walls of caves, on metal plates, on bronze plate, copper plate. Okay, but the language is very difficult to understand. Okay, so these are also called as inscriptions. The third is coins. There are various coins available to us that also have punch mark. Those coins are also a great source of history to us. And the last is artifacts. Artifacts are those so artifacts are those which are being found on the walls of the caves, on the various, like the bones of the people, the animals and the stones and the metal tools which are being there, which are being found at that time. Okay. So children, this is the revision of history class 6 chapter number 1. Tomorrow I will start with geography. Tomorrow I will start with geography of class 6. Revision of class 6, but with subject geography. So thumbs up if I'm clear to everybody. Understood everybody? Okay. Now, please, I will just go through it. That is the yesterday work also. Children, please come on time. Chirag Goyal, please come on time. If these children are coming, still coming. Okay. So the first is I revise it, and all these videos are also available on YouTube. If anybody missed it out or any of your friends want to ask, please suggest them that these videos are available on YouTube. Those who have a network problem or any other problem. Okay. So what is history? What is history? History means his story. Okay. History means his story, means that what happened in the past is called as history. Okay. Why should we study history? We should study history. It tells us about the life of the early man. They tell us about the languages which have been developed. And we cannot understand our present without our understanding our past. History is an account that happened, what happened all over the world. And last is, history is a great teacher. It tells us what things we have done in past. We should study that and we should take certain suggestions from them. So we can divide history into two parts, history and prehistory. We can divide history into two parts, history and prehistory. Prehistory, we do not have any written documents. We do not have any written documents. Okay. And what is history? History, we have written documents available to us. Okay. So we can divide into a timeline. What is a timeline? We can divide history into BC and AD. Is a timeline. The timeline means that the history which has occurred before Christ, the history which has occurred before Christ is termed as the first part of the history, and the history which has been occurred after Christ, there is a marcation. So we divide history into two timelines, before Christ history and after Christ history. Okay, and today we have started with the sources of history. Understood, children? So this completes with the chapter, and I want everybody to stay here only for the attendance. Okay, just I am switching off the video and the audio to take the attendance. Okay, do not leave the class. Okay, children, this is for today. Tomorrow we will start with geography, chapter number 1 of class 6. Okay, bye for now. Take care.